So this is the trade that I did today on Friday, even though on Fridays we usually have shitty ass price action. So this is the trade, and as always we are going to remove everything and go together through the trade so that you can see what I was thinking about. Okay, so if you want to learn something new about trading, then pay attention. We are gonna discuss inverse fair value gap, liquidity sweep, and then break of structure, and then how you can combine all of those concepts together to have a nice high probability trade. Okay, so let's go together to the price action. Since through the open, which is right now here, we have only been moving lower and lower and lower. So my anticipation at the New York market open was actually to go bullish, and this is exactly what happened, as you can see. So we swept, you see here, we swept London high, we swept Tokyo high, we swept basically everything. Okay, and additionally we created, this was after the news, we created 3 equal highs. You can see this pre-market session high, then this was 1 hour high over here, I remember that this was 1 hour high, and this was, I believe, the beginning of 1 hour bearish fair value gap. Let me take a look, because I think it was, yeah, it was, you see over here. Okay, so those were relatively equal highs. Okay, so price tends to usually go through them, sweep liquidity, and then continue in another direction. And this is what I wanted to catch. I wanted to catch this move higher because, as I said, I anticipated that the price will go higher because since through the open we created a low, so we needed to create a high and then close. Okay, this is basic OHLC theory. So what did I do? Go take a look. We have over here the trade. Okay, so we opened 10:30 is New York market open. Okay, New York time. So what did we do? We go lower, we sweep pre-market session low. Okay, so this is the first thing that I look at in my trade entry. Okay, we need to sweep liquidity. Good, we swept liquidity. So what are we waiting for next time? We wait for break of structure and inverse fair value gap. Okay, if possible. And then here we have both of it. Look, we sweep liquidity, and then immediately the next candle rejects it. Okay, this white candle blasts through the bearish fair value gap, inversed it. Okay, it inversed it, and then we have the next candle which broke structure. So this was a really bullish price action. Okay, so here I entered, I put my stop loss comfortably below that sweep. Okay, and I targeted more or less 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, which perfectly correlated with all of those 3 equal highs. Okay, so I took the third line. Okay, and then the price goes through, it swept pre-market session high. Okay, it swept this 1 hour high, and then it swept as well this, I mean, not swept, but it touched 1 hour bearish fair value gap. Okay, so once I hit 1.04 risk reward, I take half of my position out. I moved my stop loss from over here to break even. Okay, and then I targeted 2 risk reward, which unfortunately you can see didn't get touched. Okay, but the price then immediately reversed and went lower and lower and lower. Okay, now the question is, this is the trade. Okay, so you can see the trade was very logical. We had liquidity sweep. Okay, this was liquidity sweep, this was inversed fair value gap, and over here we have break of structure. Okay, so this was very logical trade. Okay, and whenever you have, listen that, because that's important now, liquidity runs the market. Okay, so whenever you want to enter a trade, you need to think about high time frame liquidity sweeps. Okay, just like we had in our cases. Okay, what did we sweep? Okay, pre-market session low is not a high time frame low. Okay, but it is a session low. Okay, so whenever we sweep session highs or lows, or 1 hour and 4 hour highs and lows, okay, as well as swing highs and lows, those are high probability entries. Okay, high probability liquidity sweeps. All right, So then you combine liquidity sweep with break of structure, which is this blue line over here on the top, okay? And also with inverse fair value gap, especially if immediately gets inversed, okay? So this is like really high probability option, okay? Or a high probability entry, okay? High probability bullish price action, okay? I'm gonna say it that way, okay? So this was the trade, but what can we do better, okay? What can we do better is now follow this trade down, okay? Because this is also like liquidity sweep more or less, because you can see we swept pre-market session high. We swept here 1 hour high that I deleted the line, okay, so that we have it more clearly. And then we touched bearish 1 hour fair value gap, okay? So what are we waiting for? We have liquidity sweep. We are waiting now for break of structure, and we are also waiting for inverse fair value gap if possible, okay? Yes, we have one inverse fair value gap right now here, and also this one, you see here, like we have a little gap, okay? So this is basically all inverse fair value gap, okay? Boom, nice. And where is break of structure? Break of structure is actually here below, okay? Because you see this was the last move up that swept liquidity. So actually the low is right now here, okay? Before the sweep, all right? So where do we break structure? We break structure over here, okay? So you can possibly enter from this candle. You keep your stop loss comfortably above this fair value gap, or even if you want above this fair value gap candle here on the top, okay? And you target, what do you target? For example, you can target 2 risk reward, okay? But you can see that London session low, for example, in that case is, you see over here, it's more or less similar like to 2 risk reward ratio, so you can have it like that, okay? So you can do it like that, or even better, what you can do is drag equilibrium from the high to the current low, okay? And you enter from the middle point, for example, okay? You yet again put your stop loss above this candle, okay? Or if you want to be sure, you put it above those highs, okay? And let's see now if we target London session low, what is gonna be the profit? Let's take a look. 3.5 more or less, okay? So you can see we actually gained one additional risk reward ratio by targeting equilibrium and entering from equilibrium, okay? Entering from equilibrium, okay? So you can see this is how you have high probability trades. You use liquidity, you use break of structure, and if possible also you use inverse fair value gaps, okay? So at this point, I want to invite you to join my Discord server. It's the first link in the description. It's completely for free. I'm not selling anything, so feel free to join, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel and support me that way. You can see that we have a lot of trading content, okay, going on, but not many people find this content useful, unfortunately, because yeah, it's a small channel. I'm trying my best. If you want something, let me know, ask me, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna explain it. So bro, do the hard work and see you on top of the world.